So we've had a busy day. We went this morning, we just went through a tour of this retreat center they're building right outside of Asheville. I've never seen anything like this. It's called, if any of you want to look, I don't have my phone on me. Enlight, ENLIGHT.org, I believe. Um, I'm just still like processing it. And then we get to the barn. We live in a barn. And I don't know if any of you know Charles Eisenstein, but he just was in Asheville and he's a really interesting person. And he literally just walked out the door. And it's just interesting what's happening in Asheville. There's a lot of people coming together and talking about what's next and how Asheville or Western North Carolina, there's something here, right? There's something here about the people who are coming. Um, we just held our first group mentorship yesterday, and I played a song for everybody. So I facilitate full moon circles here. I've been doing it for years. I was doing it in New York, and we would gather to sing, and we would teach each other songs, and we would practice same songs over and over every month, and we would just meet every month, and it was a wonderful way to get into the throat and to the voice and to the heart and express and not criticize ourselves and judge ourselves for our voice. Anyways, at the end of every circle, welcome, Joyce. Greetings from the UK. At the end of every circle, we always sing this song, "We Shall Be Known." And I don't know if you're familiar with that song, and it makes me cry every time. And the lyrics are, "We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires." Okay. And it's about this great turning we are in. And it's about learning to lead from love. And it's about no longer, wanting to be stuck in cycles of suffering. And it's time for us to thrive. It's time for us as people to thrive. And so I played that yesterday for the group mentorship because there's something also arising in me where I am feeling clear in my voice around lifting up, rising up for those of us who are here to hold the light, right? For those of us who are here to hold the light during these times of unrest and all of this stuff that's kicking up, all that's being pushed up for us to sift through and work through. And we're all going to be showing up in our own different ways, right? But there are many of us who are here also in tandem with all of it to be the keepers of the light, right? To hold the light in our vessel. And one of the things that came through this morning as we were just driving back here is, just all the things that are happening in the world, and people can get to a point where they're like, where is God? Where is God in all of this? Right. And what came through is, well, God is here because God creates everything. And even in this 3D reality, God is the negative force and the positive force, right? Creating this experience that our souls are interested in to come out of forgetfulness into remembering that we are part of the whole, right? And we need that contrast. We need that contrast of shadow and darkness because it's part of the playground here. But also to remember that the light of God comes through us, right? It comes through us and it comes through our vessel. And in these times that are confusing and feeling very dark to a lot of people, for those of us who can take that calling and say, I want to do whatever I can do in my own life to be able to anchor in that light in my field, that light of God, that the the earth, humanity is looking for, is requesting at this time for illumination. And so here's the thing. For those of us who know deep within our souls, deep within our beings, that we are here for a specific reason, right? We're here for our own personal journey, but also for something that's happening in the bigger field. And if we know that within deep within our being, right, that your light matters, my light matters, and that we're here to hold that light, we're here to anchor it in. So then the question becomes, what else can we be doing to be taking more responsibility in our own inner life for those who might not have the ability right now, right? Because there are people who are so locked into, deeper layers of survival that they may not have the capability to take a breath and remember that they are the light. And so for those of us who might have that more space in our life, how can we rise up right now to really, really, take care of our energy, take care of where we're directing our energy and our attention throughout the day? Because as all this stuff kicks up, we light workers, we light holders, we are vulnerable to getting pulled in to the duality. We are vulnerable to getting pulled in to all the darkness. And when we do that, then we just get burnt out and tired and depleted. And it starts to dampen our light. And we start to get confused. And then our own lives start to be affected. And we're not able to even show up for ourselves and feel good. And so this is just a beautiful, gentle reminder to pay attention throughout the day. Where are we making agreements? Where are we making agreements that start to bring noise? Bring noise. And it's, this is always that line of pay attention to what's happening in the world, but also when we're obsessed with it or fixated on it, or we need to, then we're just joining it. And there's not, I'm just going to pause there. This is why these Mondays, they're so important to me, to some of you, because we need these reminders. And stability, it's not in the grand plan right now, right? Waiting for the world to calm down, or for old times to come back, whatever that means, because we've been living in distortion for a long time, right? I personally don't want anything from the past to be re-amplified. So it's really about really coming back to this moment right here, coming in, feeling ourselves, feeling our hearts, landing here more and more throughout the day. Because the more we land in the heart, the more we just naturally will stop feeding the duality. And there's so many people who say, like, I don't feed the duality, I don't feed the division. It's really hard to actually say that, because it's only the parts of us that are unconscious that do. And if we're distracted or we're checked out, disassociated, going, doom scrolling, getting online, this is not about, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. It's just about how it's affecting you and how it's affecting your vibration, right? And being able to check in and say, listen, I need to step back from this because I'm starting to feel hopeless. I'm starting to feel hopeless. And that's, that's a cue of, now, guess what? Like, I like to think about, like, we get fleas, right? And we can start attracting a lot of fleas, and then we're starting to get consumed with fear, and we're starting to get consumed with hopelessness. And that's the moment where it's like, I need to come back and take care of my energy and feel myself, feel my heart. And so that's just the invitation, because we are here. We are here to hold and anchor the light during this this big shift that's happening, right? And it's when we end a chapter and we begin a new one, it is never this clean cut thing. It never has been in the whole history of humanity. It's always messy and confusing. And, it's not easy for a big group of people to understand how to make different energetic agreements. Because even if, we're miserable in our old ways, it's still familiar, and it scares people to think about doing something new, because it starts to bring up a sense of death, right? And so many of us are not comfortable with the idea of death. And so part of why even meditating, right? Moving into the observer. Well, what does it do? It actually, when we move into the observer, we meditate, we actually move into the unknown, because we actually lift our consciousness beyond our personality. Our personality is what's known. It's our belief systems, it's our emotional patterns, it's how we're operating, and it's usually on a loop, and it's usually really fixed, right? And that's where a lot of us want to stay, because it's familiar, even if our personality is making us miserable, because it's so limited in what is possible within ourselves. But the moment we can break and we can expand our consciousness beyond our personality, beyond our human lens, we start to move into the unknown. So in some ways, it's really interesting to think about meditation as practicing moving into the unknown. So I just wanted to just share that. Let me just see. Thank you for holding the light and being a way shower, not an ego shower. We are all divine. We are all source. What a gift to remember our light and light others just by being. Christ consciousness is definitely here amongst all ascended masters. Thank you for acknowledging and saying this. I'm getting so much better at noticing when I am being pulled out of this present moment in awareness. Sometimes just getting up and moving, connecting with my own stream of consciousness seems to help. So beautiful. And that's really what it is. It's just awareness, more and more awareness checks throughout the day. I'll just share a very simple thing, and then we'll go into the meditation, which is, just do a little bit of a review of your day and notice where it is where maybe, you start to check out, and boost a little bit more awareness there. We just talked about this yesterday in our group. If you're going online, for instance, if you're gonna go check something online, just take a moment to just get in your body. This is what I mean about, like, the more we know, the greater responsibility. And the more we know how important our energy is, right? And where we're placing our attention, the greater responsibility it is that we're starting to take care of it, that we're starting to pay attention and take action, sacred action. So, just take a moment, shields up, get on your phone, do your thing, just be a bit more, present about where you're making agreements, what you're liking, where you're commenting. And then when you get off, empty, empty. All of that's, those things they don't take long, but they boost your consciousness, they boost your light, your frequency. And so if we keep on doing these boosts of frequencies throughout the day, we start, bit by bit raising our overall frequency. Okay. And then we really notice, like, the more we raise our frequency, the more we're really clear about, I know if I engage with that, it's just not worth it. I'm not going to do it. Nope. It just becomes so clear. It becomes really clear in the body. So let's begin. Let's bring our awareness to our breath. Let's just Let's just pause in silence as we all start transitioning. Think about we're moving our attention from outside of us and we're moving it to our inner world. And then we're bringing that attention to our breath. And then we're starting to slow down the thinking mind by even redirecting from thinking and pulling that attention that is in our thinking mind and just directing it to the breath. This is not something to overthink, it's just a natural focus. And so we're refocusing out of the thinking mind and we're placing that focus on the breath, the sacred breath, the spirit within all of us, sacred life. And whenever we bring our focus towards the breath, we are drawn into the eternal moment. And so just coming in, just starting to melt away any tension you're holding in your body. Just let it go. Release. I release. You can even say that within your inner awareness. I release. You can say it out loud if you'd like. I release and let go. I release and let go. You don't even have to know what you're releasing or letting go, because guess what? Your higher intelligence knows. I release and let go. That's your conscious awareness giving permission to your unconscious. I release and let go. And let's bring our awareness down towards the floor. Just breathe into the ground. As we all circle around to tend these fires. To tend the fire within us, that light, that life force. We have to tend to it. We have to awaken it with our attention. So as we ground, feeling the earth, breathing into the earth, bringing our spirit fully here. Wherever we place our attention, our energy follows. So feeling our energy just land, anchor into our field so that our spirit is here on planet Earth. Remember, our spirit can be in more than one place, but we want to ensure that spirit is here on Earth. And so as you breathe now, as you breathe in, as you inhale, I invite you to inhale earth energy up your legs, pulling it into your legs. So you were breathing. And as we inhale, bringing up earth energy, that beautiful, magnetic, earthly, supportive, grounding energy. We're consciously merging our field with the earth, starting to feel more steady and grounded as we do so. more present, more alive, more awake in our field. And then maybe some of us just need to clear out our legs because I'm seeing that some people's legs are blocked up. And so as you breathe, just envision, just see light from the earth coming up your legs and just clearing out any stagnation. Also, let's pull that earth energy even further up to meet the first chakra at the base of the spine. Our first chakra likes to feel the energy of the earth. There's a partnership there. Beautiful. So I'm seeing that we're all moving into deeper layers of groundedness. And so let's call in our ring of light as we call in our angels, our guardians of the light. We're asking them to surround us in a circle. And so we're just asking them, please create a circle around me. And their vibration is so strong that you may feel an entire shield of light around you, completely immersing you in their light. And let's all just breathe here as we show up present, conscious, available to feel their connection. They know our mission. They're part of it. They are part of awakening the light within us. They do this best by mirroring to us the light that we hold. So when we ask them to surround us, what they're doing is just they're mirroring to us. It's a deep memory, and it can feel so soothing. We're not alone. But most importantly, it reminds us of the vibration of love, of light. Now I invite all of us just through our intention and to not overthink. We're going to form a circle right now, a sacred circle. And so we all step back. We're holding hands with someone to our left and to our right. We're not thinking, we're not using our analytical mind. We're just being, we're sensing, we're feeling as we move into this powerful circle together. And as we move into this circle together, we can also feel our family of light surrounding our circle. So each of our teams are now forming a larger circle around us. And let's just breathe here together in unity, in oneness. How beautiful for us to be present, showing up, to feel the light of God within us. To feel our angels around us, to feel held by each other. And now may each one of us bring to our awareness something we'd like to see more of on this earth. Maybe more balance, more peace, more kindness, more mercy, more grace, more courage from the heart, more acceptance. So just bring one word to your awareness, whatever comes first, whatever drops in first. And we're going to awaken that. We are going to create that word within us. And so as we breathe right now, just feel that word move into essence, whatever that essence feels like for you. And feel that essence at the core of your being. You're bringing this, you're activating this, you are awakening this within you, within your vessel to birth, to bring more of into this 3D reality. That's how powerful you are. As an aspect of creator, when we start to follow that divine impulse. And so just bringing that word, moving it into its essence and feeling that within you. And with your attention of it, as you breathe into it, you feel it build. You feel it strengthen. And so let's breathe it into the heart. Breathing that word in and out of your heart. Continuing to melt away your personality because you are so much more powerful than your personality. You are dimensional. You are eternal. You are connected to everything, including the most powerful, pure light. And so as we breathe this into the heart, continuing to dissolve our sense of self, may we start directing our essence into the circle that we have created together through the heart, breathing it out and feeling it radiating from your heart into the circle. And as we all unite these different components of light together, we lift it up as an offering to the planet. We're sending this to the planet as we continue to breathe, creating it within us and sharing it out. And so you can even see within your mind's eye the planet as this beautiful energy that we have created together surrounds the planet with this transmission of frequency. And then we're coming back to our heart. We're bringing through one more attunement into each of our fields just to clear away any residue, resistance, leftover fear that may have been pulled out as we stepped into our role as creator. Let's just clear that out, feeling that coherence, that balance, that peace in our own inner world. Feeling our vibration raise right now to our own unique divine resonance. And then let's place a hand on the belly and on the heart as we take a slow breath together, breathing in through the belly, breathing out. as we gently step back from the circle, coming back into our own field of energy. So the love and the force that we created today will continue to ripple out because energy doesn't end, it's infinite. But we're also stepping back into our own field, feeling your own energy boundaries around you. If you'd like to create a shield just to reinforce your boundaries, shields up. As we come back to the breath, and as we close, we say, and so it is. And so it is. May we know peace. May we know peace within us. May everyone know peace. Thank you, everybody. If anybody wants to share their word, kindness,